What's good, y'all? It's Noble. Today I'm going to be breaking down this Juice WRLD guitar type sample I made with my boy Move400, and at the end of the video I'm going to go ahead and play a beat I made with the sample. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so before I break this sample down, I'm going to go ahead and solo it. Crazy. Alright, so I started this sample off with a starter from my guy Move400. He sent me this guitar, kind of Juice WRLD type starter, and I knew I wanted to make it into like this emotional, almost soundtrack type of sample. To start, the guitar sounded pretty good. I really didn't need a lot of effects. I just have a light crystallizer and reverb. This is what the starter sounds like. So the most basic part of the melody is this initial guitar, and then he kind of started adding on these little accents, and it comes together to kind of create this full sounding starter. So next I dragged in this vocal chop from my upcoming one-shot kit called Cadence, and it's called Diva. I stretched it to the right BPM, put it in the right key, and then cut out some parts that I didn't really think fit that well, and this is the final chop that I ended up with. The effects here are the exact same as the guitar, just a reverb and crystallizer. And when you put that with the initial guitar, this is what you get. So next I loaded in this VST called Ample Bass 2 Lite. I use this bass a lot, and this is the pattern that I played. Pretty simple. As for effects, I have a light distortion and an EQ to raise the sub frequencies, and then the gentle modulation preset on sketch cassette and a soft clipper. Then I added one of my favorite accents from Cadence called Lust. This is what it sounds like. And then after adding in this texture from Cadence called Writings, this is what you get for the intro. So after the intro, I found this bank in Arcade called Memento, and I loaded in the second guessing preset. I ended up having to render it out, but this is the pattern that I came up with. To give you an idea why this chop is pitched up about 500 cents, I'm going to play it with the other two aspects. Essentially, it kind of follows the bass. So in that same bank, I found a second chop that sounds like this. So after this, I ended up adding one of my favorite parts to the sample, which is from the activation preset and the patterns bank of Arcade. After finding a pattern and rendering it out, this is what I ended up with. Real quick, for the people who do not know, the way I have these arrows here to make the cut sound smoother is by clicking here, going to the declicking mode, and changing it from transient no bleeding to smooth bleeding. So all those Arcade accents were fine with no effects, but this one that I added did need a little bit of crystallizer in the parts that I cut it out because it sounded really empty. And when you put all of those accents with the starter, the bass, and the texture, this is what you get. From here, I just added this little transition, which is also in Cadence. And then for Master Effects, I added the Mellow Ambience preset on Valhalla with the mix down to about 30, and then the Gentle Modulation preset on Sketch Cassette, and turn the flutter down. From here, I did something I do with almost every sample, which is render it out with the Master Effects, pitch it down 100, and then export it like that. And in doing that, I ended up with this as a final sample. going to be about it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe and also like the video and turn on post notifications so you don't miss my uploads. Also, I need y'all to comment down below which one you like more, when I break down a sample or make one from scratch. Make sure you're ready for Cadence because I have the entire kit ready now. I just have to figure out a date to drop it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play the beat I made with the sample now. I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey Noble,